Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah. This is Brown Family Goods. Thanks so much for being here with me this week. We're going to do a little bit of meal prep this week, not a whole lot like we have been doing. I had some little pockets of time on a couple of days this week, so I thought I would get a few things done in the midst of having home repairs done. Because we were having a little bit of unpredictability, I thought, okay, I'll definitely just go ahead and use my time here, get a few things done. That way I don't have to be worried if the power is out about what we're going to eat. So I'm starting up by marinating some chicken. I had chicken thighs that was about 4 pounds there. I just threw them into a bag and then I poured over a bottle, about half a bottle of herb and garlic marinade and some paprika just to give those some good color when they do cook up. And I just threw those into the fridge. That way they'll be ready to go tomorrow when I have a little bit more time to cook them up. Next, I'm going to work on this big round roast. So it's about a 3-pound roast that I bought, and I'm going to make with it some smothered steak and gravy. That way we have a really hearty, comforting meal to eat on this week as well. This makes a big pot. You can certainly make a bigger pot even if you have more people than just 2. So I take that round roast and I like to cut it down a little bit. You could go one step further and cut it down into cubes as well if you prefer. I think it's fine in slices like this. It just really shortens the cooking time if you cut it down from a big roast down into some smaller pieces. So I'm not going to season those or marinate them or anything. I just wanted to do the work of cutting it down on the day before, save myself a little time for the next day. So all that goes back into the fridge, and then I'm going to work on some stir-fry bowls for Alan to take to work for lunches. So these are going to be sweet potato and sort of a stir-fry vegetable and beef bowl. This is kind of a viral recipe right now. Not this one specifically, but just the idea of sort of a protein bowl with sweet potatoes. A lot of people like to add cottage cheese to it as well for even more protein to the bowls. But all I'm gonna do with this is just cut down some sweet potatoes and roast them up in the oven. This is a go-to type of meal for us at this point because it packs in a lot of veggies, a lot of protein, and it's sort of all in one thing. So it's very easy to eat and it tastes great. I diced up those sweet potatoes and I'm just going to coat them with a bit of oil, and I didn't even put on salt and pepper at this point. I like to wait on salting potatoes when I cook them until they're almost cooked, because if not, they don't really get any crispiness to them. If the water starts to come out of them, then they more so steam than roast. So I just wait on salting them, put a little bit of oil on and throw them into a 400 or 425 degree oven and let them go while I'm working on everything else. Just have about 2 pounds of ground beef. Into the ground beef, once it's cooked, goes a little bit of garlic, and then also use some ground ginger here too. I mixed up a quick sauce. It's just basic things: sesame oil, some low sodium soy sauce, some red pepper flakes, whatever else. I can't even remember, you guys. In that sauce also was some hot honey, and that really kind of takes the edge off and it cooks up really nicely in that bowl. For the veggies on this day, I'm using a bag of stir-fry mix, and I really enjoyed this. I've actually bought it one more time since I made this set of meal prep, and we really like it. It has a nice blend of cabbage, kale, carrots, and sugar snap peas, which is really good. The package of the stir-fry veggies comes with a teriyaki sauce. Of course, you could use that in your bowl as well. I didn't choose to use that because it had a good bit of sugar in it, so I'm just sticking with the sauce that I made there, but you could always add some or none of that too. So into the meal prep containers just go the sweet potatoes and then the stir-fry veggies and meat, and this one will be done. This is a meal that I can always count on Alan eating because he loves sweet potatoes. So anything that starts with sweet potatoes, he's usually good with. So we're on to the next day, and I thought I would be smart and get some things cooking before I set out for my walk, which I usually walk about an hour each day, sometimes on the treadmill, sometimes outside. It just depends on the day. It's been super hot, so typically right now I'm walking on the treadmill until it starts to cool down. To be a little bit more efficient, I'm gonna go ahead and start searing the beef in the pan before I get my chicken thighs into some baking dishes to cook up at the oven. So those are all really nicely marinated. They look great. And I'm just going to cook them in the oven. They should take around about the same amount of time as my walk, but you will see that I perhaps waited too long for these. So it's kind of a combination of cooking them too long, and also they had a lot of paprika on them to give them color, so they look really toasty when they come out of the oven. Thank goodness I used chicken thighs instead of chicken breasts because they were still good. They tasted great, but they definitely got a bit more color to them than I really wanted. So into there, I also put on some lemon juice, and then I just used those lemons and cut them down into some slices and threw them right over the top. Toss on a bit more seasoning. This is just a garlic and herb. I think this one's called Dano's seasoning, and I will throw these into the oven. Probably should have set a timer for them, but it didn't. I just thought, well, I'll check on them when I get done walking. Maybe a bit too long. It really does help if you can take the time to sear up that meat because it adds a ton of flavor to your final dish. So here in Louisiana, we have the Holy Trinity that goes into everything just about. That is onion and bell pepper and celery. I think this blend also has a little bit of green onion in it too. So we can buy this right on the shelf at any supermarket around here. It's called Guidry's seasoning blend, and we can also buy the frozen type blend too with the same things in it. So I just put in about half of that quart container into my dish here, and then I just let it brown down as well. I like to use a potato masher to break it up even further. That way you get a pretty smooth gravy by the end of the cooking time. So into here, once the vegetables are all cooked and browned down, then I put the garlic in. That way it doesn't get burned. I just let that cook about maybe 30 seconds or so until it gets nice and fragrant, and then I'll add the meat back in and top it up with some water. So once I add the meat back in, I add the juices as well, and then I pour over some water to cover all of that. Into that is going to go some beef bouillon granules, and then I just put the top on it and let it simmer away while I go and do some other things. Okay, you see the chicken coming out here, and it is toasty, but it still tasted great. We still ate it all. Don't worry about that, but yeah, definitely a little bit darker in color than I would have wanted it. I'm gonna start some rice in my Instant Pot. It's super, super easy. It's basically equal parts rice and water and some salt. Turn it on for 6 minutes to cook on high pressure, and then you can just let the pressure naturally release while you do some other things, and it comes out perfectly every single time. At this point, it's time to check on the steak and gravy, and it has been cooking for a couple hours now, and you see that the meat is starting to get really tender, but the gravy is still quite thin. I'm going to use cornstarch to thicken it up on this day. I just had about maybe a quarter cup of water, put in about a tablespoon or a tablespoon and a half of cornstarch, and then pour that right in and then let that boil away until it starts to thicken your gravy. It does not take long at all. This was so delicious, and after having a lot of really light meals over the past few weeks, it tasted so good to have something a little bit heartier throughout this week, something to stick to our ribs a little bit, just a comforting meal. And then we had those chicken thighs in all manner of ways. I use them for wraps and quesadillas with some low-carb tortillas. See, I also added in just some really convenient sides, bag salads, frozen veggies, and everything was done for the week. This was such an easy week, and it was so delicious. So don't forget, all these recipes are over on my recipe website, brownfamilyrecipes.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you back here again real soon.